What is good, my people? Welcome back, book lovers. I want to make a little mini-series out of this every month, discuss what I've read and tell you what I'll be reading coming months, so you can join me on this journey if you please. Let's get it going. First book, The 6 Pillars of Self-Esteem. A essay was made about it. You can check it out. This one, if you want to be more aware of your actions and your thoughts, I would recommend this one. I've been laying it off a real long time. But what is it about? Just let me save you the trouble. The 6 pillars are living consciously, so you're aware of whatever you're thinking, whatever you desire. Self-acceptance, you accept those, you don't fight them or you adjust to them. Further, self-responsibility, so you take responsibility to get those desires into reality. Assertiveness, you assert like your own space, like your right to live, express whatever the fuck you want to express, and chase those dreams. Furtherly, living purposefully, so that purpose would be to follow whatever you desire in a way, like purposefully chase goals. You gotta be like a spearhead. The point of a spearhead and go for it. That's what it kind of pictures to. And the 6th pillar would be personal integrity. So whenever we desire one thing and we don't do it, or we hold ourselves to a certain standard, yet we fail to comply by it, that's where we get that contradiction, and that has an effect on how we view ourselves and our if I'm darking out. How we view ourselves and our self-confidence, because this is not per se a book that will give you more confidence. It's not about that. It's about opting to live a certain way or chase certain goals, and how that's related, or how, for example, you want to get to a certain point, yet there are certain blockages or previous, let's call it trauma, but it's not like that are stopping you. This book might help you out with that. From the future, I wanted to add that the great functionality of the 6 pillars of self-esteem is the fact that it gives you stem sentences. It's not affirmations, it's confirmations, which is way better. I'll go in depth on the essay, so if you're interested in that, go check it out and enjoy the rest of the video. Further, within the same realm, Beyond the Pleasure Principle of Sigmund Freud. Disclaimer. This is a scientific paper, basically, so it's very hard to read. It's hard to read in one go. It's an intense read, as in you got to be real aware of it. But what is it about? It's clear that they did not know of dopamine yet. So in a way, you see how Sigmund Freud and his peers would discuss that. But the pleasure principle, my bad, is mainly that your mind is aimed at chasing pleasure, but there are two main sources of unpleasure, and that is when the reality principle overtakes the pleasure principle. So by whatever means, at a certain point you can't but you're bound by reality and you can't just chase that pleasure you want to. It might be, I don't know, you can't I, for example, right now can't go to the gym because I gotta study that much. I can't go meet biddies because right now I have the reality principle of I gotta study right now, so I don't mess it up later. And the second source of unpleasure is when the ego is developing into a more highly composite organization. So basically character development, where we would drop certain things we used to do in the past, and I guess just it's for your main character arc development. You gotta know that, but it's cool. It also explained, for example, Freud explained how toddlers would like to stay in control of their situation, and they had a toy hung to a string, and he would throw it away, and that will reflect whenever his mom left him. He became very wary, the child, whenever his mom left him. So either he threw away the doll with a string, as in that's the way of expressing his frustration for she's leaving, or and on the string, he pulls it back. So he takes back control of a situation. The toddler like projects that situation where the mom leaves him, but he puts the control onto himself instead of just letting his mom decide that. And other examples of it in real life. So that was pretty cool. And finally, Hellenica by Xenophon. If you are a history buff, a Greek nerd just like me, but your general knowledge is like limited to games and YouTube videos and movies, I would definitely recommend this. It is a summary, a time, more of like a timetable, time span of 411 BC till 362 BC, what was going on in the Hellenic world. It's very dope. It concludes the Peloponnesian War and goes further into how they build up the hegemony. When the cracks started to show, the rise of Thebes and the eventual peace that was brokered, let's put it like that. But it's not just the Hellenic world, because you have influences of the Persian kings. They go to Syracuse as well, so it's very interesting. So certain events that are like shown, for example, is how Syracusan POWs are stuck in an Athenian mine quarry, how they escape, how like the Athenian democracy was at play, like criminal justice, I guess, like war criminals within the Hellenes, how they would treat each other, the Persian king, as I've stated before, his role, army composition, moral lessons. It really concludes a whole lot of things, and it's dope because if you check out the other video, I made a review about Gates of Fire, and you can see where he draw his inspiration from. Like he states that it's a source material, but now you get to see which things he implemented. Stephen Pressfield was the name of the author. And right now what I'm reading is The Body Keeps the Score by Bessel van der Kolk. So it's basically how your body processes trauma physically, emotionally, and mentally, or you tell me how I'm supposed to say psychologically. No, that does not fit. But it's cool. It starts off with like certain cases, then it puts a biological anatomical breakdown of it, and then it goes further. So it's really cool how people cope with it, the correlations. So if you've read it, or if you're meaning on reading it, please join me in finishing it up. And once this one is done, we'll get into The Hobbit. First of all, thank you to my dear friend Harris for gifting it. I'm meaning to finish this one to start on this one. What can I say? If you want to decide which topic, I'm going to make a compilation. I do some community polls. The community decided on mental health, so I'll be combining some mental health books, and then I'll follow it up with fantasy. So if you want to stay in touch, Instagram is Havana Papi. Papi is PVPI, and I'll catch you guys later. See you. Hi, Tumos. Go. I have exams right now, so I won't really be uploading. I'll post this one, and after my exams, I'll do a follow-up one. Probably gonna be Hellenica. So stay tuned. Tell a friend. Like if you want to. Subscribe as well. And catch you guys later. Have fun reading.